Hello friends, today let us study the constructional details of a DC motor. What you can see in front of you is a DC motor. As you know, a motor converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. Let us take a look at the different parts of the DC motor that we can see. First, let us start with the supply. A DC motor is given a DC supply. The supply is given to the armature winding, which are provided with the red slots, and to the field winding, which are provided with the black slots. Now, these are the pole shoes, and this is the armature winding. The outer covering is the yoke. What you can see here is the shaft. The shaft can be used for the rotation of the rotor. These are the holder for the brushes. And this is the brush. This is the rotor. And this is the stator. The rotating part is the rotor. Now let us take a detailed study of the different parts of the DC motor. What you can see here is an exploded view of the DC motor. As you know, DC motor converts electrical energy to mechanical energy, and it essentially consists of two major parts. A stator, which is the static part that houses the field windings and receives the supply, and the rotor, the rotating part that brings about the mechanical rotations. As you can see here, this is the stator and this is the rotor. Other than that, there are several subsidiary parts, namely yoke of the DC motor, the poles of the DC motor, the field winding of the DC motor, the armature core of the DC motor, the armature winding of the DC motor, the commutator of the DC motor, and the brushes of the DC motor. Now let us study each of them in detail. The yoke of DC motor. It is made up of cast iron or steel, and it forms an integral part of the stator. Its function is to provide mechanical strength to the whole assembly and to carry the magnetic flux produced by the field windings. Second, the poles of DC motor. They are fitted onto the yoke with bolts or welding, and it comprises of two parts, the pole core and the pole windings, pole shoes. The function of the pole core is to hold the pole shoe over the yoke, and the function of the pole shoes is to support field coil and spread out the flux in air gap uniformly. Field winding of DC motor. They are usually made of copper. They are former wound and placed on each pole and are connected in series. When energized, they form alternative north and south poles. Armature core of DC motor. It is the rotor of the machine, and as you can see, it is cylindrical in shape. It is keyed to the shaft and has slots to carry armature winding. Fifth is the armature winding. It is usually a formally wound copper coil. It rests in armature slots, and they are insulated from each other and also from the armature core. Armature winding can be wound by one of the two methods. One is the lap winding and the second is the wave winding. Sixth part is the commutator of DC motor. The commutator is key to the shaft and it helps in providing current to the armature conductors. It consists of a set of copper segments which are insulated from each other. The brushes of DC motor are usually made from carbon or graphite. They rest on the commutator segments and they slide on the segments when the commutator rotates, keeping the physical contact to collect or supply the current. With this, it is a wrap on the constructional details of the DC motor. Thank you.